So every once in a while, you come across someone who represents commitment, faith, encouragement, empowerment to their community, and you know, some of those characteristics is the reason why we're here right now today, celebrating MLK Week and Martin Luther King, because Martin Luther King is in all of us, no matter what color we are. You know, this is what his fight, his cause was to the day he died. He wanted to make everyone aware and make everyone acknowledge that it doesn't matter who you are, what you are, we all shed the same blood. And I recently met this man through my daughter's school, Booker T. Washington, and immediately I seen commitment in this guy. I seen that even though this school is predominantly African minority students and scholars, he treats everyone the same, all the scholars the same, and he's very he motivated me to get involved in a PTO committee for my school, for my daughter's school, and his name is Kenneth Joseph, Mr. Kenneth Joseph, and I wanted to just talk a little bit about him today before he comes up. Mr. Joseph is a Trinidadian native, is in the Family Community Engagement Management of Booker T. Washington Academy, and he's a steel band director of St. Luke's Steel Band. Joseph is a graduate of the University of West Indies Trinidad. My sister's half Trinidad, so she would love that. And Tobago, and the Northern Illinois University, USA, with a bachelor and master degrees in music, respectively. Joseph has studied and worked with notable musicians. That's a huge list here. I'm not going to go on here. Joseph has been involved in education for 18 years as a teacher, behavior specialist, dean of students, and now is the current role family engagement. Joseph has over 8 years of steel band experience, including performing, teaching, arranging, and composing music. He has served in clinicians and for annual PA competition held in Virginia Beach. Joseph also served as a judge for the New York competition. I'm sorry, my phone is ringing on me. May I introduce Kenneth Joseph.
Woo! Thank you. When he puts it like that, it sounds kind of cool. How y'all doing? I'm trying to feel my air right now, but we're here. So, as Ali said, I'm Kenneth Joseph from Booker T. Washington Academy, and it's so great to be here. When you think about this special occasion, tomorrow, celebrating Dr. King's birthday, and I'm sure you think back to where he started. He went to Booker T. Washington High School, not the same as Booker T. Washington Academy in Connecticut, 2 different schools, but the same name, because of course Booker T. Washington himself was about education, and we strive to ensure our kids, like our little one Jordan right here, and all of our other kids in the Booker T. Washington Academy are successful and being the best that they can. I came here just with a quote for you today, and it's taken from one of his speeches in 1967. It's called "The Other America." If my lips can stay warm, I'll say it nicely for you. So, I think America must see that the riots do not develop out of thin air. Certain conditions continue to exist in our society, which must be condemned as vigorously as we condemn riots. But in the final analysis, a riot is the language of the unheard. And what is it that America has failed to hear? It has failed to hear that the plight of the Negro poor has worsened over the last few years. It has failed to hear that the promises of freedom and justice have not been met. It has failed to hear the large segments of white society are more concerned about tranquility and the status quo than about justice, equality, and humanity. And so, in a real sense, our nation's summers of riots are caused by our nation's winters of delay. And as long as America postpones justice, we stand in a position of having these recurrences of violence and riots over and over again. Social justice and progress are the absolute guarantors of riot prevention. And even in 1967 to now is still the same thing. It's the delays that we're having here, during the winters, which causes the riots, both physically and mentally. And what are we going to do to change these these thoughts? And how do we help each other to grow and move forward? And he said it in 67, and to this day, 2024, how far have we really grown? And I heard his son speak last year at Yale. There was a MLK function there, and he came in, and he said the same words that his dad echoed. And where are we? Are we any better today than we were? That means he heard us. He can hear us. Again, as his sons echoed his words, and are we better than any more than we are today than we were at that time? But it's the folks like you who are here consecutively, 190 consecutive sessions. That's an amazing thing. And that's what will help us to get to the next side, to keep doing better, to keep helping each other, to keep getting out of the summer of riots, because you are clearly not the lane in the winter. So thank you, and we wish Dr. King a happy birthday in advance. If you're around New Haven tomorrow, the steel band that I direct, actually, I've been involved in steel band for 34 years now, and we have an annual concert with Music Haven. So we are playing strings and steel. And when you think about the juxtaposition about string instruments and steel pans, wasn't meant to be together, but yet still, every year we perform together harmoniously and creating that togetherness that wasn't meant to be, but yet still, so it has become. So if you're around tomorrow in New Haven, 425 College Street, you can hear St. Luke's Steel Band and Music Haven. Thank you.